Well, hello there. I'm here to rant. It's been on my mind lately, and I'm sure a lot of you are probably wondering it, have been wondering it, or at the very least, it's something you've encountered. And at least for me, for the longest time, I couldn't wrap my head around it. Maybe it's because I'm type A, and it just kind of bugged me. But it's really a pretty simple question. Why do so many creators these days seem to just suck at their jobs, if we're putting it harshly? And you know, the simplest way to put it is it's not their fault. So, a little bit of background on me. You maybe already know this. I used to be the creative director of, well, I won't say the name of it, but a really big social media marketing agency here in the US. Had some major clients, and then eventually, of course, TikTok Shop became a thing, and my role as an executive on the team changed completely. And our relationship with our creators and with our clients changed completely. And before long, the whole thing was just crap, quite frankly. So that, of course, led to some disagreements between myself and some of the other executives. And eventually I decided, you know what? I don't really want to be a part of this. I want to do high quality work. And I'll get to this later, but that's not what was happening. And it's just time to go off and do my own thing, which is how Club Bunny Media Company got started. But the reason I tell you this is because I have the inside scoop on what exactly has been happening to this industry and to all of the professionals within this industry, so I know what's going on. So the reason that there are so few good creators these days, frankly, it's the exact same number. They haven't gone away. They're where they've always been. It's just there are so many new bad ones. So let me give you a basic overview of what happened when TikTok Shop became a thing. So what my job used to look like as the creative director for a social media marketing agency, specifically UGC, user generated content. So this is when you're a creator, you're an advertiser, but you don't look like it. You just look like another user on the platform. Pull out your phone, record a normal looking video that's kind of secretly selling a product. That's UGC. And that was what our agency did. And how that used to look for us would be, we would go out and desperately try to find enough, because we had clients coming out the wazoo, but no good creators. So we were just constantly trying to find creators to train them up to at least a decent level of quality and just bring them onto individual brands. So we would go to the brands, or rather when we were onboarding the brands, we would pitch to them portfolios of our creators. So before I was creative director for these guys years ago, I was one of their creators. And they would often fill their portfolios that they were pitching to clients with my work because it looked the best. It wasn't at the time the most effective, but it looked really good because that was my whole thing. And so they would fill the portfolios with my work. They would include me and sell me to the client along with like 20 other creators. And they would price based on those creators. And basically, creators were assets, where they were assets that we managed and curated and built relationships with, and they were passionate about the projects we gave them because we were passionate about them. We were passionate about the projects we gave them, and so was the client. Fast forward, TikTok Shop is starting to become a thing. I'm now an executive on the team, creative director, and so my job is managing all of the in-house creators. Pushing 200, I think, if I recall correctly, in-house creators at the time that I left. I was managing all of them, and my job was to train them to keep the quality up. If we had new creators, to train them and get their quality up, and basically to be the hype train, keep them posting, teach them how to post well, dictate how we're going to approach certain brands, and especially communicating between the creators and the executives, right? So that way they can focus on getting the clients, managing all that stuff, back end stuff, and I can focus on maintaining and managing the creators and just be their link in between. So I was their liaison, basically. Now TikTok Shop is the thing. We're trying this for a little while. It's going pretty well. We're hitting record numbers for clients. I won't list any names, but we got one that was giving us 1.5 million a month in ad spend. So we basically couldn't lose because we could spend all of this money on our creators every single video. We could put like $1,000 behind it or more, and just be guaranteed to make money. All of our creators were making butt tons of money because we were just putting so much money behind them because we had so much trust and faith and reliance from our clients. They just gave us the ad spend we needed. That was their money that our creators were getting their cut of, so they were so happy to work for us, and it was effective marketing. They were selling tons of products. It was just great all the way around. And then things changed a little bit, and TikTok Shop started doing a new program where they would provide the contracts for the products to the creators, right? So it went from being, okay, let's pretend I'm one of the creators, which at one point I was. I would say, you know what? I want to do UGC. I want to be a social media creator and sell products. I would then teach myself how to do that, or have a mentor teach me how to do that, which was the case for me, and go through that whole process. And I'm getting pretty good at it. And okay, my mentors just gave me my first project. I'm going to do really well on this. And you go through this whole career building phase, and by the time you're getting a lot of good clients, you're pretty good at your job. And what it is now is not that. Now it's, I'm a user on TikTok. I'm a random person on TikTok. And I'm scrolling through this and I keep seeing all these ads because, I was part of the problem, I admit, but TikTok is just basically nothing but these UGC ads. Sorry. But these users are scrolling through, they see this all the time, they think it's just kind of what the platform is, and they say, wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be fun to be a UGC creator? Wouldn't it be fun to sell these products? And that's all it is, just kind of a whim, right? But now they have the option of just going through the app. I don't know how this process looked. I never did it. It was never my department, so I don't know how this actually looks, but this is roughly how it works. Is you go through TikTok, sign up through TikTok, and without any real, filter of how good you are, you can receive contracts from agencies like ours. So we would put out feelers basically on TikTok and just say, hey, we got an open contract for this product, sell it. But we wouldn't even communicate with them half the time. More than half the time. We basically never communicated with them. They just kind of press the button, okay, this is the product I'm selling, boom, into the camera portion of the app and make the video, and it's crap every time. Terrible. Every time. Because why wouldn't it be? These people don't care. They don't care at all about us, about the client, about the product, about the brand, or even about their own career. They don't even have self-interest in this. It's just for fun. It's just whimsical. Here's the problem. As if that's not a problem. It works. It actually works really freaking well. That's why so many brands are switching over to TikTok Shop for a lot of their prominent marketing. And we were still able to hit pretty good numbers for a while as well for our clients. Because the numbers game works. If you just throw crap at the wall, it's gonna stick. Something's gonna work, you're gonna sell products. Even if your actual media is terrible, you're going to sell products necessarily, right? What that means is that all of these creators, all of these users who are just doing it for fun, can now legitimately call themselves professional UGC creators. And they can even point to numbers to prove it. Because hey, I was on this product, it sold this much. Forgetting the fact that their content was terrible, but the product they were on sold a bunch, they can then sell themselves that way. So we've diluted the pool of creators with all of these new users who don't know what they're doing, who are now professional creators. So when people like you and me are trying to go out and find good creators to make good media, to make good advertising and good marketing, to maintain a good brand, we can't find them because all of the good ones are buried in this new sludge of new inexperienced creators. And there are plenty of good talented ones in there as well. I'm working on training a whole bunch of them myself, but I can only do so much. The good news is I do still know all of the great creators I used to know. I still work with them constantly. Most of my contractors, that's them. So they're fantastic still. So they still exist. They're still out there. You can find great creators. It's just harder than ever. But the entire reason that I left that agency to start this company was to fix that problem as I started to see it kind of cropping up. So shoot me a message, leave a comment for me down below, whether it's just ranting about this exact problem that I'm sure you've had a couple of times before, or if you do want some media for your brand, or even just to learn about what we're doing, or better yet, if you're a good creator, please message me. I always need more of you. And that's about it, guys. That's my rant. I appreciate you taking the time. Hope you have the best. Take care.